Assalamu alaikum dear students, this is your science class and I am your science teacher Khushbuk. Today is 6th of June. Our students learning outcomes are, by the end of the lesson, students will be able to understand why do living organisms have such a complex transport system. Our today's topic is human respiratory and circulatory system, and our subtopic is why do living organisms have such complex transport system. Okay students, let us discuss some of the differences in the transport system of simple organisms and complex organisms. Simple organisms such as single-celled organisms, bacteria, etc. They obtain essential substances such as oxygen, water and food that must be required for their respiration by absorbing them through diffusion over their whole body surface. What is diffusion, students? The movement of molecules from its higher concentration to the lower concentration is known as diffusion. So simple organisms obtain these substances simply by absorbing them through the process of diffusion over their whole body surface, and they also get rid of the substances in the same way. And inside the body of simple organisms, the substances don't have to move very far. Now this is not the case with the complex organisms such as humans. The simple organisms can obtain the substances easily by absorbing them over their whole body surface, but in case of the complex organisms, they have specialized surfaces inside their bodies to exchange substances with their surroundings, and they also have a complex and efficient transport system with blood through which they can carry the solids, liquids and gases, all the things that they have absorbed to and from these exchange surfaces. So now we can see, as in the simple organism, substances could be absorbed overall through the whole body, while in the complex organisms they can only be absorbed by the specialized surfaces. And while in simple organisms substances don't have to move very far, but in complex organisms there is a specialized transport system which comprises of blood, which carries these absorbed substances to far off places in the bodies of the complex organisms. So students, the examples in complex organisms for the specialized surfaces and transport system are the fine network of capillaries that is surrounding the alveoli in our lungs, and inside of villi that is present in our intestine. The walls of these capillaries and the walls of these exchange surfaces are very thin and very moist, so that they can make the process of diffusion very easy. So these are some of the differences between the simple organisms and complex organisms. In complex organisms, the substances have to be traveled over the large distances in our body. That's why there is specialized transport systems here, and at the same time there are specialized surfaces for the absorption and for the excretion processes too. So students, now we have seen some of the differences between the smaller and the larger organisms. Now we will come back to our main question, that why do larger living organisms have such a complex transport system? Like we have seen that simple organisms can easily obtain the substances and excrete them by diffusion throughout their body surfaces, while in the larger living organisms there is a complex transport system, there is a complex surfaces through which the exchange can happen. So students, basically in all living organisms, the size of the surface area of that organism determines that how efficiently that particular organism can exchange substances with their surroundings. Larger the surface area, more efficiently the whole body surface can exchange substances with the surroundings. Smaller the surface area, the difficult it would be to exchange substances efficiently with the surroundings. And the volume of the particular organisms determine that how much of those substances like water, oxygen or food that particular organism requires. So beta, the size of surface area determines that how efficiently organisms can exchange substances with their surroundings, and the volume of the organism determines that how much of those substances do they need for their proper functioning. Students, let's see with the help of an example that why the larger organisms cannot efficiently exchange substances with their surroundings by the process of diffusion as it is done by the smaller organisms. Student, as an organism increases in length from 1 to 2 centimeter, the surface area, we are considering an example here, that the surface area by the increase of 1 centimeter increases from 6 centimeter scale to 25 centimeter scale. But as the surface area increases from 2 to 3 centimeter, as the length increases from 2 to 3 centimeter, the surface area increases from 25 centimeter scale to 54 centimeter scale. Now consider the volume. As the length increases from 1 to 2 centimeters, students, the volume increases from 1 centimeter cube to 8 centimeter cube. But by the increase of the length from 2 centimeter to 3 centimeter, the volume increases by 8 centimeter cube to 27 centimeter cube. So what can we conclude from this? We can understand, the students, that by the increase of the size of an organism, the increase in surface area is smaller as compared to the increase in volume. Consider this. As you can see, by increase in the length from 2 to 3 centimeter, the surface area became double. But now if we consider the volume, it has increased from 8 to 27, which means that by increase in 1 centimeter cube of the size, the volume has become triple. So the increase in volume by increase in the size of a living organism is greater as compared to the increase in the surface area. And as we already discussed, large volume means there is more requirement of the substances, and less surface area means that the substance could not efficiently exchange substances with the surroundings over their whole body. So students, the larger organisms have a large volume, which means that they require much larger substances to cater to their need, while their surface area is not large enough that they can exchange the substances efficiently with their surroundings by means of their body. That's why the large organisms have a complex transport system and more efficient exchange services. Now students, you have to attempt these 4 questions from Test Yourself exercise from the page number 30 of your textbooks. Question number 1 is, how do simple organisms exchange essential substances? Okay students, as we have already discussed that simple organisms can obtain essential substances such as oxygen, water and food molecules by absorbing them through diffusion over their whole body surface. Our question number 2 has 2 parts. The first part